What's up, Heat Seekers? I am Joe Otis from joeislit.com, and welcome to today's edition of Lit Picks. We are on a week 14. Mike beat me pretty bad last week, and I had to sing a little Christmas carol for everybody, a good old Mariah Carey classic. We got the Christmas tree behind me, folks. It's so beautiful. It's the holiday season now, and Mike is on a 2-week win streak. He beat me pretty bad the last 2 weeks, and hopefully I can derail him. And I do apologize for all our fans out there waiting for that duet. We will get it out to you. But right now, I'm just looking to rebound here. Got a nice cool beverage. Let's get this thing started. I'm about to bring in my boy, my pal, my co-host, the one and only Mike Costello. Mike, how are you? Mike, you there? Can you hear me? I think you have to add yourself to the stream. Go to our fans right now. Joe is taking so many L's. He has sang more songs than a Springsteen concert. Really funny from the comedians from the audience here. So we got a little mango challenge tonight, which I'm going to do live for you. We got the Coors Light Seltzer versus the Corona Light Seltzer mango flavor. So we'll see which one's better. And best start to the show yet. We got some little technical difficulties. How's everyone doing in the crowd? Bob? Mom, Dad, Uncle Frank, where are you guys? Remember that scene from Zoolander where they're trying to open the files in the computer? Monkey sees, monkey do. Yeah. You got these comedians right here in the audience. You need to start drinking Bud products. Yeah, I like Bud. I drink it all. I like the Bud Light Seltzer. I like the High Noons the best. Time to see me kill time here. All right, so we got 5 viewers in here, all from the Joe Is Lit Facebook page to watch me tank. All live on the air here. And we got to bring the man into the stream right now.
Good Mike, to go. Sorry about that. I don't know what the heck happened, but we're good.
We're having technical difficulties. I'm really, really sorry to all our fans out there.
I know, yeah.
This high level computer with all these amazing graphics, it definitely slows things down.
It is definitely messing with my computer.
And how do you feel about your win last week? Why don't you tell the fans about that?
I felt great. I mean, it was a great week for me. 12-3. I'm up to 67-50 now on the season, which is pretty good. So I'm pretty happy. I'm very excited. It's funny because it's the second week in a row that I said I kind of liked some of your picks, and it seemed to work out greatly in my favor. So I didn't do the tally stuff yet, but we'll have to see what's happening. But yeah, I was pretty happy with things, and hopefully I can keep it rolling this week. This is a tougher week, I think. So see what happens.
It's the reverse jinx. It's what you're famous for.
Yeah, that's true.
Our fans want to know if you've crammed Devil Dogs in your laptop CD drive.
Funny story. I actually picked them up from the store the other day, and there's about 2 left. And if you want, I will go get one in the middle of the show and eat it. So yeah, good. Yeah, I will.
Do you really like Devil Dogs that much? I never knew that.
Love every single minute of them. Nance used to, every time I used to go over, Nance used to make sure that she bought them in the pantry. Nobody in their family ate them but me. So she literally just bought snacks and left them in there for me, and I would eat them a lot.
See, I know you like the Devil Dog Sundae at Wildflowers, but I had no idea that you love Devil Dogs that much, period.
Unbelievable. Everybody says they're so dry. They are not. They are delicious.
All right, so we're on a week 14. Is it amazing to see how much the season has gone by so fast? It's week 14, and this is the best part of the season, guys. It's weeks 14 through 17. Then we got the playoffs, and then the season's over. Then there's really nothing to do for several months now until baseball season comes back. But we do hopefully have hockey coming back in January, and there you go. He's got his Devil Dogs. And we got basketball coming out later this month, but what the hell happened to him? He's frozen. Man,
I'm good.
Okay. All right. Good there. But
I don't know.
we're live, pal. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Now, I did fix this graphic from last week. So if you pick the underdog 3.5 points and up, that gives you 4 points. Pick the underdog 3 points and less is 3 points. The spread will get you 2 points. The over-under will get you 2 points. And the favorite will get you 1 point. Now, Mike, I noticed you don't only picked up many high dogs. You're pretty low risk on your picks here. What do you think of that?
It's a tough week for me. I'm hit or miss, and some of them I took straight up because, like I said, this is a part of the karaoke type that we do. But a lot of them I would lean towards certain places, if I was going to, do it with like the spreads. But for this point, I'd rather just take a point and then kind of go from there. But I lean the other way.
Let's go see what these comedians have to say in here. Billy says, talk about how I knocked him out of fantasy. Billy wants to talk about that.
Yeah, it's talk about your last place team. And, one of the least point scorers, you had 2 players that scored 100 points. There wasn't that I could do about that. But you know what? I had a bad draft. I had a bad team. The fact that I was still questionably in it was pretty impressive. But once again, you were knocked out of the playoffs too. So I think we're both kind of gone there. But yeah, you had a good week. I mean, hats off to you. You won. But I had a bad draft. It's my fault. And, I'll be back next year. It'll be easy.
You weren't saying that back in September, though, Mike.
What?
You definitely were not saying that back in September.
I thought I had a great draft. I mean, if, on paper, even ESPN, I think the site said that I was going to be the number 1 or number 2 team after the draft. And I just, I had 6 or 7 players that were complete busts. So, it was a bad job by me when your first 2, picks do it, not working.
Bob says, devil drugs are so dry like Rose's sense of humor. And he says, like how you enjoy your cereal, which is true. He does not drink milk with his cereal for some reason. Cons using that 28-point modem.
It was, we're still dial-up modem here.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's get this started, Mike. Let's bring up the banners.
Let's see. Am I going to leave?
No, you're there. We're here.
Yeah, let's see what happens when the banner comes up.
All right. So all our friends see this lovely background. There you go.
All right. I made it. Oh, we get the new week up.
That's right. NFL Week 14. I got it all fixed for us. And going into our first week, it's going to be the Houston Texans at the Chicago Bears. Now, every single week, I have basically been screwing the Bears over. I've been picking them. They've been losing every single week that I pick them. And, I mean, they kind of choked last week. They had a nice lead against the Lions, and the Lions came back and beat them. It was pretty much an embarrassing defeat. Mikey picked that one. You took him +3. And but you know what? I think it's about time that the Bears get a victory here. I mean, look, everyone thinks that Houston has a dynamic offense, but really what all it is it's Deshaun Watson running the show. David Johnson coming back from injury. They basically cut their receiver, Kenny Stills, just so he can get on a contender. And I'm taking the Bears. They're the low underdog here. They're the home team. When you have two bad teams, you always go with the home team. What do you think, Mike?
So just to be up there, I do believe, and don't quote me on this, but I do believe David Johnson is now out for COVID. I think I don't know. I thought I read that, but I really don't know. That doesn't really change my pick here.
Team in general, like who played well last week. The ball you played well last week.
That doesn't change my pick here. I'm still taking Houston. I think the Bears, once again, they are a team that just does not have an identity. They have no identity. Their offense is just poor. Texans are playing strong. And I mean, they're rolling. I think that they're going to do this. They played well last week. I'm going to go with them again. I'm going to lay the 2 points here. I don't think it's that much. I don't think this is going to be a kind of back and forth kind of game. But Watson's been playing very well. So give me the Texans.
All right. So let's go to the fans right now. There he goes. You ran your mouth during the draft for like 5 feet until you got tired. I beat that losing McCarthy this week, made my garbage season worth it. And I couldn't capitalize on that because I ended up losing to Mike Caniglio. This is the Who Cares Bowl. I guess you could say that. All right, well, on to the next game, and we got the Minnesota Vikings at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What's that, Mike? Mike? Okay. All right, so it's the Minnesota Vikings and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And for this game, I think a lot of people are going to take Tampa Bay Buccaneers here, but I'm taking the Vikings plus 6.5. I think that um, I think that they have a really good run team. I think that the victory that they had, where they did recently beat the Panthers, they got lucky there. But I think that Kirk Cousins is going to go on a little roll here, maybe a little run at the end of the season here, and I like the rushing attack. This isn't a face you want frozen on your screen. Yep. Sorry, folks. A little bit of technical difficulties this week. Can you guys see me all right? Like, I mean, is there any issue with my internet or my connection? Yeah, Tampa's going to beat them. Brady's off a bye. I agree with that. So, how's everyone doing? You are good. Yeah, you can see me fine. My connection's fine. The unintentional comedy is chef's kiss, my favorite saying. I can see you. Yeah, you know. Let's see what can get what will finish first. Mike Costello coming back on the stream, or me finishing this here Corona Extra seltzer. If the Vikings lose, Falsetti might do some snuff off the Wildflowers bar. Nice. Snuff. Let's see what we got here. Joe Soul is better than Joe with Mike. I hope he had actually. No, Mike's good though. He's does a great job with me. You have a really good connection. One, you know, I mean, like you have a good connection, like, you know, back and forth, but not internet connection here. Costello has to feed that hamster that powers his internet. Yeah, here he comes.
I'm back.
Where's he on now?
No,
Who is this?
I have no clue what's going on right now, but whatever. It works now. We're good. Sorry.
Are you? Did you go to Pluto?
Oh, I'm on my iPad.
Well, yeah, iPad works pretty good now.
Yeah, so it's working now. But
Tell the fans about your pick.
Yeah. So you did this. Okay. You took who? You took the Vikings.
Vikings plus 6.5.
So yeah, this is a tough game for me. I went with the Bucks only because it's a bye week and it's Brady. That was the whole reason that I went with it. I mean, I have no idea what happened with the bye week or if bye weeks even work right now with everything that's going on with the season with COVID and everything. But hopefully, I mean, this is like the Bucks have the number one rush defense in the league. You know, they're obviously going to stop Dalvin Cook, and this is going to be a game where you're going to rely on Kirk Cousins. Hopefully the Buccaneers have that short passing game going against this team, and, you know, things are going to kind of work itself out. So I'm taking the Bucks here, laying the points. Usually when I do this, you know, I don't have a very good record here with the Bucks. That's for sure.
All right. Is this what your OnlyFans looks like? Yeah. Your OnlyFans is you eating devil dog sundaes. All right, next game is the Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. We all know the Jaguars freaking stink. Doug Marrone's going to be on the job at the end of the year. The quarterback situation is pretty bad in Jacksonville. I mean, they're probably not going to get Trevor Lawrence unless they trade up, but they could always get the Ohio State quarterback. But I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are not a team that, I mean, they made a nice effort, you know, recently. Last week they played the Vikings last week, right? And they won. I know when they covered the spread last week. So they played them pretty tough, but I'm not gonna be taking them this week. I'm gonna go with the under 52.5. I just don't see a lot of points being scored here, and I think that, you know, I can just see maybe Tractor Suiter running the Jaguars over, and I can see the game maybe going something like 30-14. So I'm taking the under here. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of tough. I actually think that it's going to be closer than you think. I think Jacksonville's going to put up 20-some points. It's whether the Titans can really put up the 30 points that you really needed to do. Because I'm going to take – I'm doing the bounce back here, and I'm going to go here with the Titans. This is a game where I think take them in the first quarter because I think they're going to come out strong. They were embarrassed last week, which I predicted, but they were embarrassed last week. And this is a game where I think they're going to come back. This is, like I said, first quarter, take them again. I think they're going to go with that. I've been right on that. I told you last week not to take it. This week, back on the train again, go with the Titans first quarter. And I think they take this game pretty handily. Even though the Jags have been close, but they've been covering almost every game right now. I think the Titans are going to bounce back on this one and get payback.
All right. Let's see. Henry will have 7 touchdowns in this game now that I don't need him. That could happen, probably. Henry's going to drop doo-doo on the Jags. They lost by 6 in that game.
Don't look at final score of that. Watch the actual game and look at first downs and look at yards and everything like that.
Pat says, you picked the Titans to get beat, but you didn't have the guts to take the Browns.
I took the Browns, but I thought the under was the better pick. If you listen to it, I said that the Browns, when Joe picked them to win, I said the Browns were going to win this game, probably going to win this game, but I think that the under is the safest play, and boy, was I wrong.
All right. Next game is the Dallas Cowboys at the Cincinnati Bengals, and you guys have no idea how angry I was on Tuesday night watching freaking Ezekiel Elliott run into the pile 3 times in a row. First down, second down, and third down. I mean, it's like, I understand the guy is a north-south runner or whatever, 100 ahead. But you have to have some sort of lateral movement to see where the pile is and just run to the outside. It's like the guy couldn't do it. And it's like, I mean, I want to mention him, but I can't. I have to start him in fantasy. I have really no other choice. I mean, it is a very, very low score here. I mean, I do think the Cowboys are going to win the game. But I mean, I'm just going to take the over here. I think 43 points is going to happen. The Bengals have been scoring points decently with Brandon Allen as a quarterback, which is pretty much surprising. But I think Zeke Elliott hopefully will have a rebound game. I think he's due to have one really, really good game at some point this season. I'm just praying it's this weekend because I really need him in fantasy. What do you think?
Yeah, so this is I don't know. This is a tough game. Last week, like I said, I had the Bengals, cover. I had the under in that game. They played the Miami, right? Last week. Was that the game?
That's correct. Yes.
I'm getting confused. Yeah, and I had the under in that game, which kind of worked itself out because, like I said, I don't think Miami can score, and I don't think the Bengals can score either. So this is a tough game for me, but I'm going with Dallas here. I know they looked awful. They looked brutal, but I'm going to take them laying the points here. I think Andy Dalton, they have enough weapons on offense. With Mixon still out, I just think that, I think the Cowboys have a game here. I don't think they're going to have much of a running game, and that's how you beat Dallas. You just run on them. And I don't think that the Bengals are going to be able to do that here. So I'm going to take Cowboys here. Pretty confident.
I think Andy Dalton stinks. I'm surprised he was ever a good quarterback in the NFL. What do you think?
Who?
Andy Dalton. He stinks.
I mean, he's serving. Look, they're paying him for a backup, so he was, kind of thrust into this role, but he's had his stare. He's older now, but I don't know. I think he's going to play well this game.
We got Bob. Yeah, Zeke got paid. He don't care anymore. That could be true. At least it's Dalton against his old team. I mean, that's a great storyline.
That's the question.
I don't think he's extra motivated. I think the guy is a very, very bad quarterback. And you have to wonder, like many people think when, with Mike McCarthy not having such a good year, was Aaron Rodgers that good of a quarterback where he can carry a bad coach to championship? You can say that. Or was Mike McCarthy a good coach who got lucky with having Aaron Rodgers, and maybe he's not good with with a team with a backup quarterback like he is right now, where you just can't get over that hump. I mean, was Marvin Lewis and Hugh Jackson that great of coaches where they can maybe carry Andy Dalton to a playoff appearance? Who knows?
I liked Hugh Jackson, actually.
You like Hugh Jackson? Yeah.
I did.
Let's see. What's this? Cause I hope you're drinking Mike's secret stuff from Space Jam because your picks are weak.
That's what everybody said last week, and I went 12-3. Bucko.
Cosmo always got a red ass when they beat him in Space Jam. You guys played Space Jam?
Dude, I was terrible at that game, man. I'm terrible at that game. I am not good at basketball games, nor am I good at basketball in real life.
No, I'm not saying anything like that right now, but let's see, Clint Howard. I think Clint Howard was Ron Howard's balding brother.
No idea who that is.
All right, let's see what our next game is. It's going to be the Arizona Cardinals at the New York Giants. For this game, look, I think the Giants are getting a little lucky here with their wins. They got lucky last week. I mean, freaking Colt McCoy is their quarterback. Are we going to wake up? I mean, is Daniel Jones coming back? He's supposedly questionable. You never know. It'll probably be a game-time decision for him. But, I mean, all right, can we be serious for a second here? They're going to lose, guys. Come on. I'm taking the Cardinals -3. I think that, the quarterback in Arizona needs to finally have a bounce-back game, and I think it's going to be this week. I mean, he's been pretty bad the last few weeks. Kyler Murray. You can say his name like that. Mike, everyone knows how disappointed I am that you're saying his name correctly now. Actually, it's spelled Murray, but whatever. But I'm taking him -3. What do you think?
Listen, Kyler Murray has run the ball 5 times each game. He's hurt. The Giants will win this football game. Like I predicted last week, I predicted the Giants were going to cover, and they did, and I got criticized. The Giants are going to win this week, but I'm going safe here. I'm getting the +3 points, because it's still Arizona. They're still, if Murray's healthy, then it's going to be a little different of a show, and I just don't know if he's going to be healthy or if he's not. So I'm taking Giants here with the points. Very confident with this one.
You're going really safe right here, though.
I am because, like I said, I don't know the extent to the injury. And if he's fully healthy, then I think Arizona is probably going to win this game and cover. If he's doing the same thing he's doing, then I think the Giants are going to win this football game. That's just my opinion. They're rolling. I think Judge is doing a really good job in New York. I think he is. And I don't care if Colt McCoy or Jones is quarterback, and it doesn't make a difference to me.
All right. The Giants are good on D, but Arizona is due for a good game. And I completely agree with Bob on that one. That's why I'm going to be picking that one. So we got Tim says Daniel Jones is the real deal.
I like him. He is good.
He says, just pretend you're saying Chad, Michael, and Murray. I'm sure Kaz had his poster in his room. Did you have his poster?
I don't even know who it is.
You mean has. He was in the show One Tree Hill.
I never watched it. Funny,
watch One Tree Hill?
I think my wife's actually powering through that on Hulu.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yep.
Our next game is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Miami Dolphins. All right, folks, here's the shocker of the week. I know a lot of people might think I'm crazy for this one, but look, I think the Chiefs, they have to lose one game at some point this season. They have one loss right now. They're going to have to lose a second game at some point. I'm taking the Dolphins in the money line at +280. The high underdog. Mike, what do I always say? You got to risk it to get that biscuit. Mike, I need that biscuit badly. I want those 4 points. I have to beat you. I have to make it up somehow. So I'm taking those Miami Dolphins. Tua at home. Hopefully we'll get this win. What do you think?
Good luck. I mean, yeah, you never know. I mean, it's, you would have thought the spread's there. I thought that this was, I would definitely, I say this, I would definitely take the Dolphins with the points if I was going that way, but I'm not going that route. I'm going here, and I know it's weird, but I'm taking the Kansas City game, and I'm going with the under because, as I said last week, Miami can't score. Now, you have this with Tua, hasn't thrown an interception yet. He hasn't really turned the ball over, but he's not really taking many risks, and you're playing the Chiefs. So I don't know how that's going to go. I don't think he's going to want to take risks. I think they're going to want to try and run slow the clock down, keep Casey off the field. Miami is a good defense. They have a good secondary. I think they're going to be able to. I mean, nobody can really contain a backflip in the end zone. But I just think that this is a game that I think is going to be the under. I don't see the Chiefs scoring 40 points. I can maybe see them scoring 30. I don't see the Dolphins scoring 20. So therefore, I think the under here is pretty safe.
But I gotta like the fact that Myles Gaskin's back. He's pretty top. He's actually proven himself to be a really top runner in the league. I really like Myles Gaskin. I like the connection that Zicki has with Tua. I mean, I don't really think that they're. I mean, they're not. They're obviously not going to win the Super Bowl this year. They're going to be a good team. Maybe they make the playoffs. Maybe they sneak on in there. But I think that they're the home team here, and I think that at some point in the season, just the way my brain is thinking with the narrative of the season, that the Chiefs have to lose a game at some point. I can see them losing this game. That's why I'm taking them, and I can see you taking them because I think a lot of the money is going to be going on the over in this one at 50.5. That's why I think that maybe you could be right. The unders could very well hit. Let's go to our audience right now. Let's see. And let's see. As Bob has to say, he's a big fan of Brian Flores. Brian was well coached, and I do agree with that. I mean, Brian Flores very well could be the coach of the year. Could be Stefanski. We'll see what happens. Let's see. Question from Mike: which one of the Star Wars movies that Disney announced this week are you most excited about?
Star Wars is awful. I don't like it, and I will never watch a single episode or movie. I don't even know what it is, but I will never watch it.
All right.
Apparently, I guess it's a big thing though because everybody talks about it. The baby, what's his name? Baby something. I don't know.
Baby Yoda. You know.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
He has a name now, apparently, though. Otis, what's worse? Kaz not putting over Miami or Hogan not putting over Inoki in the Tokyo Dome? Probably Inoki probably Hogan not putting over Inoki in the Tokyo Dome, but I think that Inoki has to show a little bit of respect for Hogan. Hogan is the best in the world. He should probably be doing the job at some point, maybe taking the big leg, getting the 1, 2, 3. But I mean, I can't blame Hogan for that one. He was the best wrestler of his time period. And so I'm going to change it. I'm going to say Collins not putting over Miami is probably worse.
I love Dan Marino. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true. And we got Tim with a nice rest in peace Zeus.
Yeah.
Over the under here. He loves the under. Yeah, okay, I can see that. All right.
Hey, did Bill just come on and do that one shot, just at me, and then he just signed off?
No, he's there.
All right.
Just Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
Pat, Bob, and Tim probably. We have one other person coming at some point, but where's Mike Peretti at? We haven't seen Mike Peretti for several weeks.
No, I'll have to text him.
All right, so it's Denver Broncos, the Carolina Panthers in this next game. The Carolina Panthers have a pretty porous run defense, so I'm going to take the over this one. I can see that putting some points on the board. I do like Teddy Bridgewater. I do like the connection. Christian McCaffrey is not going to be playing this week. Mike Davis with the start. Mike Davis has been playing pretty admirably for Christian McCaffrey. But I think that 45.5 points is a pretty low over. That's why I'm taking that in this one. What do you think?
So this is a game that I just don't know about. I mean, Carolina has how many players that are possibly going to be out with this game? And that's why, I've always been on the Carolina bandwagon. I jumped on them last week. I've been on them nonstop, and this is a game where I was going to be on them. And then I guess I know DJ Moore is out, and there's 7 or 8 other players, something like that might be out of this game. I didn't want to touch it at all. So I'm just going to say, you know what? I'm going to take the points here. I'm going to take Denver. I think that, there's a lot of chaos going on in Denver.
On the money line, though.
I did, and that's why I'm going to take them, and I think they're going to win this game because there's a lot of chaos going on. Judy was calling out his quarterback, and I just think that this is a game where I think Denver's going to kind of control this, and I think they're going to win this game because they're not that. They're actually well coached too, I believe, and I think that they're going to I think they're going to pull this one out. So I'm going with the 3 points.
Who's a good? You're taking the 3 points you want?
Well, no, this is 3 points.
Oh, 3. Oh, I'm sorry.
Winning.
My bad.
Yeah.
I come up with the rules. You don't even know them. You just said you wanted the 3 points for the low underdog. Okay. Who's actually a really good receiver on the Broncos? I've been really, praising him a lot.
Almost every one of my fantasy teams is Tim Patrick.
Tim Patrick, yes.
Yep.
He's been pretty solid. He's been a top. Yep. He's like a number 2 receiver.
Yeah, I've heard of the guy. Almost every team.
All right. Let's see. All right. Here's Billy. He says he's here. He says present. Denver's all over the place, like Will trying to get home from Rose's parents' house. Oh my God. Jeez. Huh. Better DJ Moore or DJ Wake Me Up?
DJ Wake Me Up.
That's true.
That's the song I should have made you sing. Oh, man.
What, the Sean Paul song?
Yeah.
That was DJ Wake Me Up, Shake. There you miss. Yeah, you're going to do that next week.
That's next week for you. Yeah, when I win this week. I just jinxed myself.
All right, next game is a stinker. The New York Jets at the Seattle Seahawks. Maybe the Jets got lucky. Cover the spread against the Raiders. It was 8.5. They should have won the game, but Dr. Heat does a cover, a zero blitz. I don't know why, but he did. He probably wanted to help the team, I guess, to keep that. I think he definitely went through that, and then they just fired him. There's some sort of shenanigans going on there. I mean, the guy must have got like a payoff.
He's a good coach too.
He is a good coach.
So I think he just wants to go somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, how do you call this cover zero on an obvious prevent situation? Because they probably didn't want to win the game because I don't think they have a tiebreaker for Jacksonville. I'm not really sure how that works out, but guys, I think that the Seahawks are going to put a lot of points up. So I'm taking the Seahawks minus 13.5. I mean, it's a lot of points. It's still crazy to do that. Obviously not going to be my mega parlay, but I'm taking that 13.5 because I think that Russell Wilson's going to put up at least 30 to 40 points against this horrible Jets defense. What do you think?
So I actually hope that happens. I don't think that happens. Seattle's not playing well. They're not playing well as a football team. If you watch them the last 2 or 3 weeks, they just look off. Something doesn't look right with them. They're trying to run the ball a lot more. They're not throwing the ball as much as they are. And I think if I'm leaning, I'm taking Seattle here straight up because I just want the point because this is a thing. If I was going to do a spread, I take the Giants. I take the Jets and I take the points because I do think that this is going to be a 10, 11, 12-point game. I don't think that the Seattle's going to cover this game. So I would lean towards that, but I'm just going to be safe here and take the point.
All right. Let's see. Both these teams are all falling on, unlike the Spartans and Warhawks in 2000. That would be you, Bob. Bob was the star of the Warhawks. I was just a sixth man. So was Pat.
I was a Warhawk.
That's what Billy says. Let's go pick up the pace. This is Lit Picks. What do you think, Mike?
What? He's probably got a Madden, which he beat me in Madden.
He beat you and me in Madden. That's right.
I mean, he got lucky, but he did beat me in Madden.
Could the Jets beat Danny O'Shea and the Little Giants at this point? Probably not. Greg Williams is a good guy. He was nice to me and invited me to a defense meeting. Ooh, did he teach you how to do bounties, Bob?
Name dropper.
All right, next game is the Indianapolis Colts at the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, I think a lot of people are going to take the Colts in this one. I like I said, we want that biscuit, Mike. I want some Bisquick. I've been trying to cut back on my carbs, but I do love the biscuits, and I'm going to take the Raiders on the money line at plus 140 as a low underdog. They are at home on that big Roomba in the desert. The big-ass Roomba. Looks like a freaking vacuum. I do like the Raiders, and I think that they're going to rebound from those very bad last 2 weeks that they played. They're going to get the W. What do you think?
I am on the opposite end of this. Last week, I told you that T.Y. was going to come out and have a party, and he did. Almost got that second touchdown. He got that first one 5 minutes into the game, and he couldn't get another one. But he's playing really well. The way to beat the Raiders is their defense is not good. I think this is a slam dunk here. Look, if you look at the Raiders, they were like here, and now they're slowly starting to come down here. They do play to their opponent, so that could be why they played pretty poorly. They're going to play tougher against the Colts. But there's just something going wrong here. They're not running the ball. I mean, Gruden's throwing the ball ridiculous amounts with Carr, and Carr is not looking like the Carr he was earlier in the season. I don't have confidence right now that the way the Raiders are playing, so I'm just going to lean the Colts here and take the points, until the Raiders kind of prove me wrong and come back. But this is a team, like I said, I don't like touching the Raiders, the Falcons. Those are teams that I don't like, making stuff for.
Tim says the Red Lobster biscuits are the best. Just ask McCarthy's toilet bowl. I agree with that. I don't know about the toilet bowl, but I do like the Red Lobster biscuits.
They are good.
And he says, I like the Colts here. All right.
Man, Bob's on my side for a lot of these.
Yeah. Next game is New Orleans Saints at the Philadelphia Eagles. Look, I mean, Jalen Hurts getting his first start, and I think as an Eagles fan, which you don't want to have happen, it's like you don't want him to do. You want him to do well because you want the team to do well, but it's like if he does well, there's going to be quarterback controversy. I don't know how you can get rid of Carson Wentz with his contract. It's got to be borderline impossible. I don't care who you're going to trade him to. If you're going to trade him to the Colts, Raiders, Browns, or Colts, Raiders, or whatever, it's not going to be done. I like Jalen Hurts having a good game. I think that he's going to cover the spread. I think this game is going to be like a 3-point game. I'm going to take the Eagles plus 7.5. What do you think?
So originally I was going and I said, you know what? The Eagles are going to win this game. And then because I just don't think Taysom Hill is going. I think he's going to lose a game, and I think that this is it. And then I've kind of backtracked and I said, you know what? It's not going to happen. I don't want them to win, so I'm going to hope that they don't. I do think that the Eagles cover this game. But I'm playing it safe here. Once again, I'm taking the Saints here straight up just to get that point. But I do think that the Eagles cover this game. I think it's closer there. I think they're going to stop the kind of run. They're going to force Taysom to throw it a little bit. But yeah, that's where I'm kind of going with this. Not a game that I like.
Saints going to roll reverse tease at the 14.
The under is a pretty safe play here too, I think.
That's right. Bench Wentz. Hurts me to say, but Saints win a tight one. Okay. Well, it says the Saints have a top D, but the game's in Philly, guys. I mean, the fans are going to be there, obviously, but that's got to mean for something. I mean, they're Saints traveling. Maybe Hurts has something in him where he can lead this offense to get some more points. I mean, Carson has looked very bad in this whole entire season, but maybe Hurts has something where he can turn things around.
What I'm hoping has happened is that, like I said, I don't like the play calling. I don't like the way that they're just bringing Wentz out there and running 4 wide receiver sets and saying, hey, man, go gunsling and do what you got to do. I'm hoping that this kind of rejuvenates Dougie a little bit and says, you know what, I have to be creative. When they won the Super Bowl, a lot of it was probably Frank Reich. They were creative. They had double tight end set, 22 personnel. They were motioning. They were doing different things. I thought Rager was going to come in and be this jet sweep guy. They're not even doing that with him. So I'm hoping that this kind of, gets something going here, and that's why I feel that the Eagles are going to cover here because I'm hoping that he's going to get his creative sense back, and they're going to do a little mismatch, and just kind of change things up a little bit. So that's what I'm hopeful.
And the thing about Hurts, what Hurts has that Wentz doesn't have is that mobility. I mean, just watching him in the pocket, he looks like he moves around a lot better than Wentz, which is kind of funny because I think it was like in Wentz's rookie year and the second year in 2017, he seemed to be able to have a lot of speedability, but maybe his offensive line is much worse than it was, in the first and second year. It's something else you have to consider. Billy says the O-line, which I agree with. I just said that. And I heard Hurts is a good younger brother named. Get it? That's pretty funny. All right. I think the Eagles put up some points. They'll run the ball more with Hurts. That's true. All right. Let's see. All right, next game is the Washington football team at the San Francisco 49ers. Listen, Mike, I think a lot of people think that the Giants are going to win the NFC East, but I think the football team are going to win, and I'm going to take the football team on the money line here, man. I think that they're a high underdog, 3.5 points. I'm taking the football team. They looked really, really, really impressive against the Steelers last week, and I can see them bring out the same effort this week. I like Ron Rivera. He's Riverboat Ron. He's doing pretty well as a coach. He's changing the attitude in Washington, and they're just the football team, whatever. But I like what I see from them, and I think that they're the team that's going to win the division. What do you think?
Who called them 4 weeks ago to win the division?
Oh, that would be you.
This guy. Yeah, but I don't think they're going to win this game. Gibson's out. I think that's going to be a tough blow for them. They just beat Pittsburgh, the undefeated team. They're rolling high. This is a letdown game, I think, for them. They'll bounce back the following week, but this is a tough one. Niners just got debacled, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're just brutal again, and this is their bounce back. They're going to come back, and I'm taking the Niners here, laying the points. They're going to come back and win this game.
It's very, very impressive for Alex Smith. I mean, coming back.
Comeback player, hands down, comeback player.
Obviously the comeback player of the year, but it's definitely
question.
very, 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 very impressive. Bob says he sold the Slurs to win by 4. I mean, the football team is not filthy savage. You can't call them by, that kind of stuff. But, all right. Atlanta Falcons at the Los Angeles Chargers. We got, look, the Falcons, they beat the Raiders, lost to the Saints. They don't play the Saints very well. They'll be going across country to play the Chargers, against Anthony Lynn, who can't seem to win a game, when the score is tight. I think he makes some pretty bad decisions out there. The Falcons are the favorite in this one. I kind of like what Raheem Morris is doing. Does he have what it takes to take over the head coach job permanently from the interim role? Don't know about that. I think they're going to interview some candidates in the offseason. But I do like the Falcons. I'm going to take them -1.5. Julio Jones is looking like he's aging. Calvin Ridley is actually looking like pretty good on the offense.
Julio's
Matt Ryan, he's out. Okay, but I'm just saying in general, the way the team looks to me. But I'm going to take the Falcons -1.5. What do you think?
This is, once again, these are two teams that I do not touch on anything. But I'm taking the Chargers here, and I'm taking them straight up. He probably gets fired after the season. There's no question about that. But losing that bad last week just makes it seem like, Herbert's a good quarterback. And I just think, Atlanta is doing a great job here. But I don't know, there's just something telling me to just take the Chargers here. I don't know why. I don't really care about this game. Like I said, these are two teams I don't touch. But just for fun, I am taking the Chargers here and trying to get some 3 points for it. So let's see what happens.
Debacle. Verb?
Debacle.
I wouldn't bet $1 on the Chargers. I think over here, I guess, is Matt Ryan good? I think he still has some good years left, and we'll see. I never noticed that Matt Ryan had a long neck. I always thought a long neck. I always thought that Merton Hanks, he always had a long neck. What do you think?
I don't even know who that is.
I never noticed that Ryan had a long neck.
I don't know what's going on right now. You guys are naming people I've never heard of before. Am I that out of the loop with stuff?
All right, next game is the Green Bay Packers at the Detroit Lions. All right, come on, guys. The Lions stink. I have Swift in fantasy. Hopefully he's plays this week. He's practiced all week. We'll see what happens. But I think the Packers are going to win this one pretty easily on the money line, though. But I don't have the confidence to take the points, though. But I think they're going to win this game. I don't think there's really anything else left to say. What do you think?
Took Detroit last week because I said they had a new head coach and they won. Mm-hmm. And this week they don't win. Green Bay, this is one of my lock ones. Green Bay is going to cover this game -8.5. Easy peasy. Take it. Go for it. Put on.
All right. Let's see what these fellas have to say in the crowd. Let's see. Packers love killing Detroit. That's true. And Tim says Stafford going to drop some points, kid.
He's a huge Stafford fan.
Stafford, I got to give Tim credit, though. I'm really grateful that he really played hard the last 2 weeks. He put me in a position where I could have won the division in my our fantasy league, but I couldn't come through, and it's all freaking Zeke Elliott's fault. Who couldn't run the ball to get the ball.
Let's just say one thing here. Sorry to cut you off, but that was Tim's last ever fantasy game. That was his last ever. His two last ones. He beat Bob and he beat Joe Mack, and what a way to end a fantasy football terrible career. But win those last 2 games.
Stafford on the Pats next year?
No, he will be in Detroit again.
Yeah, Mike, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to break news here on the show. I'm giving Bryce Harper fantasy advice. I told him not to start Jacoby Myers last night.
Yeah, that's safe.
I'm on his Twitch stream. I'm friends with him, so we talk. I watch him play Fortnite. It's pretty fun to watch. This is pretty interesting, guys. This is also some breaking news. I'm going to let you know that Fortnite has the Blood Gulch as a stage you can play. And you can play as Master Chief and the Red versus Blue guys. What do you think of that?
That's where you lose friends.
Let's see what we got here. Yep, I'm done on a high note. And then Bob says, who will be the Pats quarterback next year? I think it could be Matthew Stafford, like I said. I don't think it's very, very, very crazy to say that. He could get traded. The Lions could.
I think the new head coach comes in and they sign him to a 2-year deal.
Do you think the Patriots are going to have a high pick in the draft this year?
I still thought they were going to win the division, and last night proved that they're not.
They're not going to. I mean, but do they have the potential to perhaps, trade and maybe get in the top 10 where they can get a quarterback?
I don't know. I don't think they'll do that.
All right. Our next game
that's not the way thing they do.
At the Buffalo Bills now. I love the Bills. They're fun to watch. I'm a huge fan of Cole Beasley. I like Josh Allen. He's a really good quarterback. But I can't go with them this week. I'm taking the Steelers in the money line at plus 116. They're a low underdog. I want to get that 3 points there. Just like you, Mike. I want those 3 points. And I think that the Steelers are going to want to rebound from last week against losing the football team. And I'm taking the Steelers. What do you think?
So I was all on board. If you remember last week, I said Steelers, they play well every other week, and I thought that they were going to play well last week, but they're worn down. They're tired. They're beat up. I don't even know who's starting at linebacker. Bob might be starting at linebacker for them right now. I'm going to take Buffalo here, and it's 1.5 now. It's 1.5 now, but I guess I got it at 2.5. I thought I told you before the show it was 1.5, but that's fine.
You want to change it to 1.5?
I think it is 1.5 now. It was changed right in the middle of doing it, which would be great for me. But yeah, it's 1.5 now.
Look, I'm a man's man. I'll make it 1.5 for you.
But yeah, I think that dude, Josh Allen, I said, I've always liked him. I knew I probably should have taken him in fantasy, but I didn't. I only took the one quarterback, which I always do. But yeah, I think the Bills are going to win this game here. I think Pittsburgh, they're struggling here. They need to recover a little bit here. I think they're struggling. They're beat up. They're tired, and I'm going Buffalo here. And usually, you know me, I say that they're like a hit or miss.
You think they're frauds, so Mike?
Yeah,
they're frauds entire
they're
season.
playing very well, and I'm going with the teams that are playing well as of now.
All right, let's see. Bob says tough game. He likes the Steelers and a comeback win. Kyle said he was playing against Pittsburgh this week.
Yep.
Steelers run even less than Doug. Yeah. James Conner. Oh, I also told Harper to sit James Conner. So don't freaking play that guy. Allen is good. I agree with that, Bill. You like him. Bill tend to Jim Hurd games late. I don't get that one. I know the Jim Hurd reference. All right, guys. This is probably the game of the week. I think a lot of people are excited for this one on a Monday Night Football. It's the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. I have been talking up the Cleveland Browns this entire week, and I do like watching them. I'm a fan of watching Baker Mayfield play quarterback. He's not really completely accurate, but he's just fun to watch. I like watching him play. I love that rushing attack the Browns have with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. And Jarvis Landry has been really, really picking it up lately. He's someone you want to have right now in fantasy. But as much as I like the Browns, I can't take them this week, and I'm taking the Ravens -2. The Ravens looked pretty well last week. They played, they pretty much handled the Cowboys pretty easily. Maybe they're coming back. Maybe they're getting over that COVID embarrassment, and I think they're going to get this win. I like Lamar. I like how he looks. I like this connection with Hollywood Brown, and they're the rushing attack now with Ingram, Dobbins, Edwards. I think they're going to get it done, and I like the Ravens covering the spread -2. What do you think?
Can't believe I'm doing this, but I think Cleveland wins this game. But I'm going to take the +2 points because it might be a 1. My big concern is that I'm playing against Lamar in fantasy, and and he'll probably run for 95, 2 touchdowns, throw for 300, which he never does, and have a touchdown or something. I don't know. Cleveland's they're playing well, and my big thing is that is Baltimore going to be able to rush the passer? Are they going to be able to get to Baker? And I don't think that they are. I tell you, I love the Cleveland coach. I think Stefanski has done a great job. I really like what he's doing there, and I'm going to ride with him. I'm taking the Browns here at +2, and I never thought I would say this, but yeah, I think they're going to win.
All right. So let's go to the crowd. We got the Ravens. He's the Ravens lock of the week, 100% lock. Ravens, we got a 100% lock here.
I'm very confident now. Look at that.
Darren Doherty or Doug Peterson. I think Darren Doherty. And Tim says, I hope Baker Mayfield has a commercial ready for getting smacked this week against the Ravens.
Man, I'm in trouble then, huh?
It looks
It's a
like the
tough
whole
line.
crowd.
It's a tough line, but I figure, you know what? I mean, I'm just shocked that Cleveland's getting points, and that's why I was like, I'm going to take it because I think Cleveland should be favored based on what kind of happened. I think this is a trend from the weeks before, so I was like, you know what? I'm taking it. But yeah, Baltimore will probably win. Who cares?
So, yeah. Well, it says Joe is having mango Bud Lights. I drank a quart of delicious Wawa milk. Did
Bill
you have a
loves
tasty cake
Wawa.
fruit pie with that, Bill? Did you have a tasty cake fruit pie, a blueberry one? I'm drinking Coors Light, Bill. This is Coors Light. I like the Coors Light mango better.
I don't drink. I drink water.
It says no. All right. Let's see what we got here. All right. We'll go back to the comments. You know, like Brock Lesnar would say, Coors Light. Well, Wawa coffee deli better than Dunkin'. No, I like Dunkin'.
I don't drink coffee.
You don't? I have it every so often.
Imagine me drinking coffee.
That's pretty funny.
Hot dog of the week.
What was that?
Now time for the hot dog of the week.
What was that?
It's a hot dog of the week.
I never saw that before. Good for you.
All right, and so for the hot dog of the week, I mean, I'm taking the Miami Dolphins. Like I said, this is my brisket pick this week. The Chiefs have to lose at some point. I'm taking the Dolphins here. That's my hot dog of the week. They're a heavy dog for you. You know, you might, if you bet them, you might get some units back. But you gotta say go with them. What do you think?
I think there's a lot of them. Like I said, I like the Giants. I like the Chargers. I like the Browns. But I'm going to take the Broncos here and go save here because I think the Broncos do win this game. So give me Denver.
All right. Let's go with the audience.
My son, I'm sorry, but that just brings up a terrible. My son can't. I can't get the song out of my head that you just put in my head.
I'll ask for the Richie and Paige guys to sponsor you next year. Who's that?
Don't know. John Ritchie? I don't know.
What the hell was that? That was the dog, Gunner Dog of the Week. What's your favorite chocolate milk? I like all of them too. I think Wawa has good chocolate milk though.
All of the above.
Should be Gat Dog of the Week. Yeah, okay. That was the same title card. Golden Music Against the Aliens Independence Day. Chocolate every once in a while, a red label daily. I guess that's the milk he likes to get. All right. Folks, it's the time you've all been waiting for. This is what you need. It's your mega parlay time. This could be 4 or 6 points. And my mega parlay is the Cardinals minus 155, the Falcons minus 125, the Steelers plus 116, and the Ravens minus 2. That'll get you plus 11, 12. So, I mean, that's, 10 times your bet if you put a bet in for that. Mike, you have the higher parlay. The higher mega parlay for the week goes to you. What do you think?
So, yeah, like I said, I like the Cowboys here. I like the Colts. I love the Packers, and I like the Bills. I think that I'll be safe with those first three. The Bills, I'm kind of, questioning here and seeing what it goes for, but I'm pretty confident with the first three there. So, why not?
Right. So it's karaoke punishment time. I'm sticking with Rocket Man. I want to see you do Rocket Man. It's a funny song for you to sing. And you picked Creep by Radiohead. I've never heard that song before. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So we are going to do that.
I can't wait.
Well, you're not going to get it. You're going to be singing Rocket Man this week.
Most likely I jinxed myself.
What'd you say?
I said I kind of jinxed myself. Actually, I like a lot of your picks. There we go. Came back.
There you go. You jinxed me. So we will do. I'll figure out how to do a duet this week. I'll figure out how to get it done. We will vote on that and see what the crowd has to say. What do you guys have to say before we shut this thing down this week?
I need a new laptop.
Go back to Mike Mega. What does that mean?
I don't know.
All right. So we had 7 viewers, so it was probably the most we've ever had for here. Really glad.
Fun.
All right. You guys have
Listen,
anything
if I
to
keep
say?
going 12-3, then we'll get a lot more, once the word gets out.
Yeah. Crowd, audience, you there? Anything you want to ask us or talk about?
Hey, by the way, have you started watching any Christmas movies yet?
Yeah, my wife's starting to watch. She wants to watch Home Alone tonight. We're going to watch Christmas Vacation tomorrow.
Love
I'm
it.
sure you're probably watching Jingle All the Way.
Absolutely. That,
Favorite
yep.
one.
That and Housecast.
House Guest. I didn't realize the House Guest is a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Light the grill with fatty meat, put it on a bun and eat. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that's it for the show, guys. And as always, as Mike would always say, you can
Stay lit. Enjoy the games. Get some hot cocoa. Watch them.
All right. See you next week, folks.
You put the number 1 up?